Three spiritually advanced ways to harness solar power. What's the deal, family? What's the word? What's the word? Dreamwise here for another one. Yes, sir. We are here. We are here Tuesday. Turn up. And this is about the summer solstice coming up in a week. Next week, actually. Oh boy. So, the sun is a very important energy to have inside of you, to exude inside of you, right? That's going to help you on this earth realm. And I just got through watching some of them BET awards clips, and everybody was looking fly. Everybody was shining bright. Everybody had on their suits and, what I'm saying, tuxes and dresses and stuff. I said, oh, okay, BET trying to switch it up, baby. So shout out to the melanated people at the BET Awards, because it looked like a powerful event. I didn't even know it came on. Damn. That shit came on yesterday. I just was sitting here watching. I said, oh shit, okay. Damn, it went down. So shout out to them boys. BET, you know what I'm saying? And it is a good thing to just honor our greats, Jamie Foxx, Snoop. You know what I'm saying? We got to give these boys their roses, because that creative energy is something that is a fearless energy, right? You have to be fearless. See, there's some people that are creative, right? But you can be creative and never express it to the world just based off of you hiding your sun or you dimming your light. And it's an important aspect in our journey to express our truth, no matter what that is. Because at the same time, at the end of the day, that's why you came down here to do expression, sun, expression, solar power. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, how you can get your solar power up, baby. Speaking of creative, rising in power to the gods, Sly Stone, absolutely one of them creatives that's an icon, especially when you talk about the movies and him being the backdrop or the back songs of these movies, right? Very powerful brother, very powerful time. Could y'all imagine the 60s and 70s? Just some fly shit going on, dog. I was thinking about it. I'm like, damn, these niggas, hey, them boys, Bootsy Collins and them, Sly Stone, shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit, fly shit. You feel me? Just the expression, just the ability to express their truth in the way they dress and in the way they carry themselves is a power move. Like, niggas just was like, fuck it. I'm wearing these high high heels, bell bottoms. You feel me? Shirt with no shirt on, thin. You know what I'm saying? And just all kind of bangles, expressing myself in a whole different light. Absolutely amazing, dog. Amazing time, man. Some of these artists today, they gravitate towards that style, like in the 60s and 70s, and how hip and transformative that time was, to come from a place of how would you say, conformity, like in the 50s and 40s and shit, to then in the 60s and 70s, like, nigga, I'm black and I'm proud. I'm wearing my fro. I'm about to show up and show out in this bitch. You feel me? Look at me, world. Beautiful, beautiful thing. And Sly Stone also had a song called Hot Fun in the Summertime. Absolutely fly song. It's a classic. One of his better classics. It's kind of funky, it's kind of different, but at the same time you could feel the energy, right? And we was talking in the Patreon family about this. We was talking about how Lil Wayne, you know what I'm saying, kind of sounds different, and it might be him just being sober now and being off the lean, maybe being off particular drugs that was pushing him to another level of chaos in the booth. You feel me? So Sly and them, that whole psychedelic trip, 60s, 70s, that whole energy was a vibe. And you talking about mushrooms, ayahuasca, LSD, the list goes on, acid, all of that stuff, just to take off into a whole nother level of weed, of course, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like a revolutionary time. It was a mystical time. And you know, we got to marvel at some of these time schemes we see, just to be able to embrace what was happening, and like the not giving a fuck energy. You feel me? Very, very important to understand that. So rising in power to the guy Sly Stone, man. Very powerful brother, powerful expression to, you know, express his truth. And y'all know his music. If y'all don't know, just Google it and you'll be like, oh, I heard that in a movie. Oh shit, I heard that in a movie. You feel me? All right, let's get it on. So the summer solstice is around the corner, and the summer solstice occurring around June 20th is a time of new beginnings, abundance, and spiritual growth in many cultures. It represents the triumph of light over darkness, a time to celebrate the sun's power, and a period for healing and transformation. Absolutely powerful time, this summer solstice, because like I was talking about earlier, this is the time to express yourself. Express yourself. Dun, 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 dun. And this expression is a coded energy inside of you that you can unlock. You just have to know how to unlock it, and that's what I'm about to teach y'all right now. Look, there's see, everybody want to do the grand scheme, the big manifesto expression thing, right? Everybody's not going to be able to pull off a celebrity type of life. You feel me? But there is a form of expression that you can partake in the midst of your community, your family, your friends, you know, your social media group world, that will give you a particular charge or acceptance. And honestly, the real expression is just through you and finding the joy in that you brought it out. So with the solar plexus, or with the summer solstice, which is basically the solar plexus, the sun, right? You're just shining bright and letting your hair down, or being able to push your shoulders back, stick your chest out, and assert yourself in this world with some particular dominance. As a king, as a queen, as a sun power being. Very, very important to understand, family. So when I drive through this, hey, y'all know how Dream get. This is one of those that's going to help the family in a whole nother way. And then one of the most important things that's during this period is the healing and transformation. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that too. So yeah, like I was saying, the solar plexus is the summer solstice, right? Sun, SUNSON, is still in the aspect of fault going into the heart chakra, right? Your solar plexus. But that sun is turning into you having the son of Christ, which is just you, your son, your child, right? Having an adventure here through your heart chakra and moving with your heart. So it's a tricky double entendre type of thing, right? The sun in the solar plexus, SUN. Cool. Then you transform up to the sun here, which is your heart chakra, right? Which is the son of Christ, or, you know, your childlike spirit, or, you know, in a lot of people's cases, a lot of humans' cases, the wounded child, right? Expressing themselves upward to the Godhead to be able to reign supreme over his kingdom. and have his kingdom and be reigning over his whole kingdom. You feel me? So he has to go travel, right, from the heart and go and do his big one and go to war, essentially, to get to the upper room or heaven, if you will. Very important to understand, but they're all connected, and it all is a heavy metaphysical understanding to transform you. So this says the solar plexus, also known as the cochlear plexus, is a complex network of nerves located in the abdomen, specifically behind the stomach and in front of the aorta. It plays a crucial role in the functioning of various organs, including the stomach, liver, and intestines, by relaying signals from the brain. That's an important aspect. So your solar plexus is essentially right on top of your belly button, right? And essentially it is your stomach muscle, right? We're going to get into that. Watch this. And as we're moving into this summer solstice, or the beginning of summer, right, we want to understand that we are connected to the earth, heart-earth connection, because we are all one. And essentially, as we're moving in this earth realm, we have to stay in the flow or the rhythm, Ra's him, in the rhythm or the flow or in harmony with the earth, with Sister Earth, to be balanced inside. Now, there's a lot of different factors that happen, like they change, the days of the month, right? Just set up so there's 30 months or 31 days in a month, right? And we're supposed to have 28 to really balance it out. 13 months supposed to be in a year, so on and so forth, right? Cool. We get all of that. Cool. They did their manipulation big one in these particular times, especially with the Augustus and Julius Caesar time, adding them particular 2 months to the calendar, which is their names, right? The Romans or whatever. But essentially, we can combat that by just understanding none of that stuff matters, because it's all about the energy that we exude in the time frame that we're in right now. So just understanding the seasons is important for your physiological clock. If you can understand the seasons and you can see the sun coming out, then you can say, all right, I guess it's time for me to shine bright, baby. Let me get my shine on. You feel me? And let me do my big one. And this is, I must show y'all exactly what's going to turn on your assertiveness, your aggression, your ability to reign in this thing and show love to, the world. A critical part of the body's nervous system, the solar plexus sends and receives messages from critical organs and communicates them to the brain. So if y'all don't know, the solar plexus is about you being confident, right? Believing in yourself, being as authentic as possible, you directing your own life, you being ambitious, right? You being free from any external control and you doing you. I am strong. I am confident. I am authentic. I direct my own life. I am ambitious. I love and accept myself. I am strong. Understand to the core. This is an important chakra to work on, because again, this is your freedom chakra, essentially. This is what's going to set you free. Like if you get through this solar plexus and understand that to the core, then you will be set free to do your big one on earth. Because a lot of this stuff is based off of fear. And fear stems from what? The gut, or your second brain, which is called your solar plexus, right? And that second brain is also the yellow belly. Stop being such a yellow belly, right? Which means fear. or afraid to express yourself in the world. See, look, you can't see this is what I'm saying. Some of y'all believe that you're just gonna hit the lottery and just go and disappear. Y'all niggas here, boy. Some people believe that they don't have to express themselves at all to get the bag. You came down here to express yourself, my nigga. Listen to me, family. There's no way around it. This is not gonna come based off of you just being you. Just because you claiming God, now you want to be a millionaire and shit. No, nigga's gonna have to be able to be attracted to your energy, attracted to your light, and say, "Oh, okay, well, I can smoke a bag of that." Just think about it. Jamie Foxx just got the Icon Award, right? Comedian, singer, actor, right? This shit, multi-talented motherfucker than a bitch, right? I used to watch that damn Foxhole Radio, or listen to that Foxhole Radio, and that nigga Jamie is somewhere else. And this was back in the day. You feel me? He was doing this thing on the radio. So he's multi-talented, and the ability for him to express himself is a power move. Is his solar plexus activated and ready to shine bright in this world? Just imagine if Jamie he said he was back in Texas, then in Texas. He's like, nah, I'ma just play it. I'm not gonna, no, I don't want to be out here like that. What if he never moved to Cali? Think about the movies he's made, the songs, his them albums, nigga. Jamie is a genius. That's some level of geniusry that niggas gotta understand. His comedy is genius. Like, I still love the Jamie Foxx show over Martin. Shit. I can hear y'all now. What Dream? You crazy. That nigga Jamie just had me. You feel me? Nigga just funny. Naturally funny. That naturally funny thing is different. You feel me? You can feel it. So we want to understand that you're going to have to express yourself down here in this earth realm to bring forth more and more energy to you. That's why the sun comes out, because it's an expression of giving you heat, giving you energy, giving you light. And light is information. So now all of a sudden, if you are receiving light codes from the sun and it's stimulating your body, stimulating your being, then it's up. It's go time. Nigga, again, them Twitch kids, I just seen the Kai Cenat kid again on the BET Awards. Huh. So what, you know what I'm saying? And all he do is sit on the camera all day and talk and da-da-da-da. Not all he do, but you know what I'm saying? He on the Twitch thing, expressing himself, expressing his truth. You feel me? And they do that shit for hours. So I'm talking to y'all 40 and up, or even 30 and up, right? If shit, 25 and up, right? If you haven't found the ability to express yourself and reign supreme, then the freedom is going to be gonna be long in between. Not saying you can't pull it off, but the lottery is like a dream. Everybody came down here to do something, to give back to the earth, and your way is just about you finding what you're passionate about. You got to ask yourself, if you really want freedom, do you want to travel the world? Don't you want to go places and see things and be at the sun in goddamn Dubai? You feel me? Kicking it, not having to get up, worry about going to work and shit. Not having to work, get up and go to, I gotta get up and go to work. You feel me? Like, your solar plexus is such a big deal that it will shift you into a new reality if you just train and work on it and do these 3 things that I'm about to give y'all right now because essentially what's going to happen is it's going to start to move you in the right direction to freedom. And the freedom is going to start in the head, right, where the free dome is at. But then guess what happens? Hey, this is inside out, baby. Once you free in the head, you free in this world too. And the world is going to give you everything that's reflecting inside of you. So, hey, I'm excited about this bill, baby. It go down. So, you know, that yellow belly fear is stopping a lot of us, right? And you know, I heard Yaki say how the brain, how the stomach is the first brain, actually, right? And that's a good point. You know, your first real brain is your heart. Let's get it real. You feel me? Because you came down here to have to fall in love with something, a journey, an adventure. So without that heart moving, then you can't unlock things. But I get what people are saying in the aspect of, you know, first brain being your gut, right? And blah, blah, blah. It is an important brain. All of these brains are important, actually, right? All of them, from your sexual organs all the way up to your crown. We know they're all important. And the bigger idea is just to understand the solar plexus has this stomach brain connection, which is basically your central nervous system, and your central nervous system is keeping you in this fight or flight response. And that's dealing with your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous system, which is making you move or the inability to move just based off of you feeling the shell of yourself. So a lot of times when we're taking drugs and shit, we're numbing ourselves from not doing the thing that we were supposed to do in the first place. So when I was taking all them drugs back in the day, right, I was numbing myself from this person that I am today. Because I was basically running and afraid to express myself based off of the foods that I was eating. That yellow belly fear is real, and it's based off of, you know, we all went through it, and it's not your fault that you got tricked into eating, you know, the wick food and shit as a kid, right? Like my mama was just doing the best she could. So now all of a sudden the food that they were giving us was toxic, and it was poisoning our stomach, our first brain, which is your stomach. And then there's these little what you would say like gremlins or something like that in your stomach, or that's causing you to not move. Parasites, right? All of that. So now all of a sudden we got to understand how important our solar plexus is and how important it is through our stomach and what we're putting in our body, what we're putting in our mouths to get our stomach right. Let me play this video for y'all so we can dive deeper into the fold about it. Watch this.
Time you think, feel, or perform. The brain. Every time you think, feel, or perform a multitude of unconscious processes, the 100 billion neurons in your skull conduct electrical signals to communicate and carry messages between them, ultimately creating, well, you and everything you do. It's the most complex, essential, and identifiable organ in the body, acting as the center of the nervous system in all vertebrates. But what if how you think and feel isn't just controlled by the brain and central nervous system, but in fact a second brain that you didn't know about? The brain uses the vagus nerve to connect and communicate with many parts of the body, including the vocal cords, heart, lungs, and most of the digestive tract. It also uses this nerve to convey fight or flight messages to the body, which explains why you might experience a cracking voice, racing heart, shortness of breath, and a knot in your stomach when you're really stressed or nervous. But while this extensive network is constantly sending signals from the brain to your body, scientists have noted that 80 to 90% of the nerve fibers in the enteric nervous system are actually going from the gut to the brain.
Okay, so that's important travel right there. from the gut to the brain, from the gut to the brain. So a lot of the stimulation and your mental angst or mental assertiveness, right, is based off of what you're putting in your body. The end. So now, because these parasites or bad bacteria, right? You got good bacteria, you got bad bacteria, but the bad bacteria is in your gut. It's causing you to think a certain way. It's causing you to think fearful thoughts. It's causing you to be a shell of yourself. It's causing you to not assert yourself in the room that you're in. It's causing you to second guess yourself, and so on and so forth. So it's important to understand that this second brain, your gut, your solar plexus, is a big cog in your machine. And as we go along, we want to, as we go through this journey, what we call a life, I want everybody to really bask and just understand to the core that what you're putting in your body is affecting how you move. Here we go.
In fact, the enteric nervous system, which is an extensive mesh-like network of neurons that controls your entire digestive tract from the esophagus to the anus, doesn't even require the brain at all. When the vagus nerve is severed, the enteric nervous system is capable of organizing and initiating its own reflexes for digestion because it has such a complex collection of neurons. It is your second brain and controls you far more than you realize. From an evolutionary perspective, before modern food safety protocols, our biggest choices were about eating. Is it safe? Will it make me sick? Will it give me energy? This is why we would need a direct line of communication between the gut and the brain. For example, fat and sugar are good sources of fuel for the body, so we've evolved mechanisms to notify the brain to release the feel-good neurotransmitter dopamine when we eat foods high in fats and sugars, which make us continually seek them out. But the enteric nervous system becomes even more interesting when you realize that the microbes in your gut actually produce over 50% of the dopamine found in your body and 90% of the serotonin, two neurotransmitters that drastically affect your mood, happiness, and pleasure. And these microbes can manipulate your cravings and eating behaviors for their own survival.
So essentially what happens is now you are continuously feeding these bad bacteria in your gut, and they're craving more and more and more to come down and play. So then what happens? You go and keep on eating the bad, low vibrational stuff because it's just an addiction mechanism to your being. It's just you simply constantly, repetitively feeding them same parasites in your body. And, and them parasites is basically demigods just living inside of you. So now we have to understand the importance of cleaning out, like Bobby used to say, cleaning out. Because essentially what happens is when you don't clean out, you don't think straight. Message. Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. If you don't clean out, you're not even thinking straight. You believe you thinking straight just based off of you trying to stay in your egoic mind. The end. Trust and believe, nigga. That egoic mind is making you say, oh, nah, this nigga dream crazy. Oh, man, don't worry about that shit. That nigga don't know what he talking about. You good, nigga. You thinking fast in a bitch. Your egoic mind saying, nigga, you don't need to do none of that shit Dream about to say. That shit don't even matter, nigga. You a god, nigga. Fuck all that. And, I'm just being real. This is about understanding the ebbs and flows of this earth, of why we came down here to experience. We came down here to experience the ego, and the ego entrapping us in a particular vibration that keeps us a shell of ourselves. We came down here to actually feel this ego and think that it's real. So now all of a sudden we're causing ourselves deterioration because we can't get out of the ego driven monkey mind, right? Because we're not doing our spiritual work. So you came down here to experience it just to get out. And that's an important level of understanding to have in this earth realm, because essentially when you understand that, oh, okay, I get it. I came down here to have these traumas, these pains, these hurts, right? To overcome a situation in this movie that I'm in. Now you can say, oh, okay, well, the pains, the hurts, the traumas is what I came to experience, but I don't have to stay attached to them for the rest of my life and stay the human mind. I got to get into the expression of God, which is me actually putting in some work. So your second brain, the gut, is a very important energy for your solar plexus. And here goes some solar plexus deities. Solar plexus deities. So I'm gonna give you all these solar plexus deities right now because they're gonna make a lot of sense in the aspect of what we are. So remember, these deities are nothing but energy signatures. They're just concepts or energy signatures inside of you. And all you're doing is turning on these energy signatures inside of you to actually illuminate yourself in a particular walk of life. So as you turn on these energy signatures inside of you, essentially what will happen is you'll start to move a little bit more differently. You start to think a little bit faster. You'll start to realize who's for you and who's against you. You'll be more intuitively aware. You'll be more, have your psychic power centers on. And that's a big deal because, you know, shit, you got to be, if you're going to be in this world, you're going to have to be privy and ready, or what we call street smarts. So here goes some of the main solar plexus deities. Sekhmet, solar warrior goddess of fire, healing, and fierce transformation. Her solar force burns through illusions and weaknesses. Hello, message. Hey, that's Sekhmet statue, baby. Get you one, dog. Get you one. And y'all see Sekhmet on here? See, she got the sun behind her, right? Remember, that was when I did the Woman King movie. Sekhmet. I just did the whole thing. It was about Sekhmet, essentially, right? And essentially, Sekhmet is going to slash and thrash this illusionary world for you so you can start to realize and wake up and say, you know what? Let me live my life. Let me express myself. Let me not stay stuck in survival mode. Let me travel the world. Let me see what I can see. Let me just do me, and let me just be me, and that's what it is. You feel me? Because you can let go of the glamour or the survival instincts that you have and be free to run amok on this bitch. And guess what happens when you're free, when you have that freedom? The earth starts chasing you, and then the glamour starts coming in. So where the earth is trying to get you on his back. Huh, nigga, let me give you this car. Let me give you this house. Oh, you said you wanted this? Come on. And that level of power is essentially just you being God on earth. So these rituals I'm about to give you are basically work. It's just spiritual work that I'm about to give you is going to help you become free on earth. Trust me, I've done them all and they've helped me become free. And we got to get off the idea of the glamorization of celebrity worshiping, right? Them niggas is not free. You're believing they're free, but they have to do particular things to keep their lights on. You can become free in so many different ways and not be known. But there's still ability to express yourself to a certain amount of people so they can actually give you back the energy in the form of this fiat dollar, which provides or keeps your lights on. Hey, baby, we getting it in. Solar plexus. Okay, Shango is another one. Shango is a good one for my fellas. Orisha of thunder, fire, and kingship embodies charisma, confidence, and righteous willpower. Shango. So Shango is a good one, and Shango is one that you want to deal with in the aspect of, assertiveness and being able to carry out conversations and things of that nature, right? So my fellas, if your mouthpiece is weak, get you a Shango statue and really turn up in that department, because essentially, right, when you shoot your shot at these particular females, boom, you don't know what kind of adventure is going to come from it. So, back in the day, niggas used to get numbers or whatever, right, and do their thing. Cool. Some girls you would text once and never hear from again. Some girls, y'all have a whole month together or whatever. Some it'll be 6 months. You feel me? Hey, y'all kicked it once. Oh, y'all became good friends and so on and so forth, right? All of that different things that's happening. But in them adventures that you're having with people, because relationships is a key of connection, especially with the opposite sex building with each other, right? Essentially what happens is you gain more ground on this earth based off of, they might have a connection here, they might have something going, a play that's going on down here, and so on and so forth. So to all of my single partners out there, right, if you need to get your mouthpiece right and you need to find the one, get to that Shango, you feel me? Because he's gonna bring that charismatic energy to your ass, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all how to fuck with these gods in a minute. Ogun, god of iron and war, represents focus, will, action, and endurance. Great for solar plexus grounding. So that's a good god also in the Yoruba deity, the god of war, right? And that focus or that willpower is just basically you being in tunnel vision for you. Whatever it is, you just like laser focused. You feel me? There go the solar plexus again. Laser focused. You feel me? And that laser focused energy is a superpower. Y'all remember you used to be in that flow state? You'd be like, damn, I'm gone. 2 weeks in, you took off. Your mission then took off. You eating that shit, whatever it is, whatever you putting down. You like, damn, I was in a zone them 2 weeks. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? That's a superpower. That's a real live superpower that you have inside of you, that you can manifest inside of you to create a level of power down here on this earth. To create a level of freedom down here on this earth. So I want the family to understand this to the core, right? Like your solar plexus and your ability to shine bright is nothing to sneeze at. A lot of these spiritual people, they trying to be humble and shit like that, and they trying to live in this modest type of thing and all of this energy. But meanwhile, the real game or the real power is to have power, solar power. And you being the sun people, well, that means you're supposed to shine the brightest. See, when you're dimming your light, you are going to come back to this bitch because essentially you did not express yourself in this particular time that you were supposed to express yourself. You can't dim your light. You got to go for yours. And then going for yours, it's an aspect of seeing how you supposed to put this thing down, whether it be you drawing, whether you be on camera like myself, whether you be singing, whether you be making things. you're gonna have to figure out how to express yourself in this earth and put that shit down. Shit, hell, I never thought I would be on no damn YouTube. I didn't even realize YouTube was a thing like that until Spirit hit me, and I said, "Oh, okay. I'm supposed to be on this YouTube thing," and now look at me, 7 years later. I think I'm in year 7. Yeah, year 7. 7 years later, I'm still on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing, and YouTube it gave me the ability to free myself from the 9 to 5 swing. So now all of a sudden, right? Because I follow Spirit in the way that it was telling me, and at first it was fearful. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really understand what I was gonna do, but I was just following my signs and symbols through what was coming up at that particular time. That was saying, you got to put this on YouTube, do this. Hey, reach out to this person. Hey, do this Sunday service. Hey, now do this master student conference. Hey, do this, right? All the way leading up to me just still being free. So, I want to give the family the encouragement to not sleep on your solar plexus, because that work will set you in an assertive, aggressive way to the world. Ask D Ray, shit, I sit at the house and don't talk to nobody for days. You feel me? I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. So me being on camera, it should show y'all something that's miraculous. Cause I said, shit, what? Nigga, what? I don't have to talk to nobody. You feel me? So now all of a sudden I said, oh, okay, well shit, I can't keep on dimming my light and hiding what I understand and know. I can actually help somebody out. So now Spirit is pushing me, right, to express my truth on these YouTube streets. And now all of a sudden I've done that, and oh shit, okay, now the job disappears. Now more and more of this fiat dollar comes in, right? Then all of a sudden you just look up and you like, wait a minute, I'm been free for a while. God damn. Chaos in the blood, baby. It's been like 5 years since I had a job, boy. So now you got to think about it like, we got to really put in our work. And look, I was doing my solar plexus work 10 years ago. So that shit might not come like tomorrow and shit like that. But when it do hit, shit, okay, I did my big one. You feel me? So we got to put in perspective of like, hey, I'm going to just do this spiritual work. And as I'm doing the spiritual work, I'm not going to rush the process. I'm going to just let the process be what it is. And then essentially, as I do that, boom, things will come inside of me to make me move a particular way. So don't rush the process. Just be in love with the process, and everything will work its way out. Durga, warrior goddess who defeats egoic forces. There go that ego again. That demiurge ego again. Her solar power slays inner demons. Durga is a Hindu goddess as well. Them inner demons is the demons that you're fighting against, that's keeping you a shell of yourself. So Durga is a great goddess to fuck with, because essentially when you are fucking with her, you're slaying them inner demons that's keeping you a shell shock and keeping you out of the loop. So the reason why I'm expressing this to y'all is because I know how important this chakra is. Trust me, nigga, it's not no thing to just bypass and just say, oh, whatever, my solar plate. This is it. This is the one that's gonna let you shine your light bright. And a lot of times we're just addicted to the comfortability of being a loser or whatever. Or not say, I don't want to say being a loser. Let me say that. Dre, you're just addicted to the comfortability of not being able to talk to others or whatever. You feel me? You're like, yeah, I'm good. And, and look, hey, I'm telling you, dog, I'm just telling you what it is. Whatever business you got, you're gonna have to be able to communicate with people in a way that says, you know what you're talking about. You're assertive. You're confident, and you can express your truth clearly with ease. So, if you want freedom or not, baby. You feel me? Or you can keep on going back to that cubicle 9 to 5, sitting in that cubicle where nobody sees you for 8 hours. And just be in that bitch, shelling yourself. Be with that bitch with your ding dongs and cookies and snacks and all of that. Just eating away at your cubicle. Looking at your, hey, that shit real, nigga. I'm telling you what it is. Your solar plexus, your gut health is your first brain, because it's going to rid you of them low vibrational demons, them low vibrational bacteria, them parasites that doesn't serve you, because they're making you think and feel, more importantly, feel a particular way that's keeping you like this, stuck like a damn robot, or keeping you real. Real, not, you know what I'm saying? You gotta tune them arms up, boy. Oh shit, I did that relaxed squat again, baby. See this squat, that relax, see the squat. I did it again. That shit got my hips busting out. Pause. Ha! Chaos in the blood. So look, I can talk about all of this because, again, like I said, I did the drug thing, and the drug thing is a huge, debilitating thing for us, because it keeps us in an egoic place, right? And I just seen this video. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Just seen this video on Facebook where they were speaking of, hold on, let's see where it's at. Let's get it. It was, did I see it on Facebook? I thought I seen it on Facebook. Damn, what? Oh, it was about fentanyl. That shit was crazy. I was like, oh, these boys right here, this shit different. Like, they're putting the fentanyl in a whole bunch of stuff now. You know what I'm saying? And that fentanyl is interesting. Essentially, in the video, they were showing like the fentanyl being so small, like really small, but now they're trying to lace through with a whole bunch of different stuff, like even some of the weeds and shit like that, right? So I just want to encourage the family to be careful out there putting these drugs in your body, because essentially, just the little tiny amounts of this fentanyl, right, is making people, is killing people. And the drugs is just, I get it. It's not like we can't be high. Remember when you used to get high, super high? I used to what? I ain't never gonna stop smoking weed. Remember that shit? Some of y'all probably still in that shit. I never stop smoking. But you don't realize sometimes the weed might be doubling you to your true self, because it's so comfortable. You're in a sedated state to where you just be like, oh, okay, everything good. I'm feeling good. Fuck it. You feel me? The real game is to be one of these deities. You feel me? One of these warrior deities to eradicate that fear of being seen. Sekhmet, Shango, Ogun, Durga, right? If y'all fucking with Shango, you wear some red, right? Get you an axe, chop some wood. Sekhmet, you feel me? Get you a Sekhmet statue or a picture. You feel me? Get you things dealing with the sun also, right? To represent these particular gods and goddesses. Ogun, the same thing, you know, power stuff, powerful things, right? And if we go through the book, we can definitely dive deep into the fold of what to get for them. All right, this is the first one, and this is the one y'all all know. Fasting. I can't make it up. Fasting. That's either fasting from, it's not fasting just from food. You fast from technology, fast from, you know, sex, fast from porn, all of that stuff, right? But fasting is the number one thing you want to do during this summer solstice time. You want to fast from something. This is going to get you to shine bright. This is going to get you to show up and show out. So fasting from anything or fasting from a particular food that you've been so in love with is going to be a huge benefit to your gut health. DRA and I just did a fast, a fruit fast the past week. We just did it 7 days and it was good, real good. I really didn't want to stop, but then I was like, all right, let me just keep on trying to do these other fasts, right? And it wasn't hard at all. I actually enjoyed it. I think the one of the issues was just cutting up the fruit, you know what I'm saying? Like you cutting it up or whatever. But other than that, it was pretty enjoyable, pretty easy. Okay, I'm back. So the fruit fast is good because it's definitely going to help your health, your gut, and essentially you're going to be able to release a lot of toxins, a lot of things in your gut that doesn't serve you. So then you're going to look up and say, oh shit, what the fuck? My awareness is a little bit more clear. Damn, I'm thinking a little bit more different. You're going to look up and be like, wait, what was I on? What the fuck was I on? You feel me? You don't even know them chicken wings might be putting all kind of parasites and stuff in your body that's keeping you in a shell of yourself. So the fruit fast is good, and I suggest everybody try a fruit fast for a week. And this is not medical advice. I ain't no doctor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Shout out to my bro guy Yaki. Ha! They took that boy channel, boy. That nigga is a big staple to the world. They took that shit crazy. Somebody has actually what? That's how you know there's some bullshit out here. A nigga that's helping people. They took his nigga that's help. He ain't even talking about no gossip, no nothing, no trash shit. This nigga Yaki literally helping niggas win in this bitch. And then, you know, everybody got their own lane, whatever he do the nutrition thing, cool, right? You know, I'm more of the metaphysical, spiritual minded kind of thing, right? Cool. But we're all one in this thing, and they all help in whatever avenue that we need to help in. They took that boy's channel and did not even say, and just snatched his shit. Didn't even say why. Then they tried to block. So you know that's who you need to follow, nigga. Well, don't follow nobody, but you know his information is off the chain. You feel me? Like, niggas need to understand that to the core. That shit is not no joke. You feel me? A brother that went through the slums just like us, and then he was able to transform through maybe some of Sabi's teachings, right? And then say, oh, okay, this food thing is like this, and then he just made it his own, right? Very powerful shit. Shout out to Yaki. Fasting, especially that fruit fasting is going to help, right? Water fasting, whatever you have to do to clean out. Even if you have to go get an edema, you feel me? Even if you know, whatever you have to do, you get that shit going, right? Even after you go, you have to go to them Asians and get that tube up your ass and let them drain all that shit out. That shit is clogging your insides up. And remember, you want to have good information traveling back up to your brain. So boom, you're putting in this food, and the food is actually giving you information in the brain. So then it sends pictures to your pineal gland, and these pineal gland pictures are projecting fear, trash, scary ideas, right? Instead of projecting the bigger idea and the bigger picture, which is happiness, joy, success, confidence. Oh, I'm gonna get that. Oh, I got this. So there's so many. I could go on and on about the stomach and how much you want to get it as flat as possible, right? Or at least clean it out as much as possible. Me and D-Ray, we do that Bobby Price detox. And he got the detox with the parasite cleanse and the tummy tuck thing, right? We ain't did it. Did we do it this year? I did it at the beginning of this year. And essentially we did it for maybe 14 days. I think I did the 14 days at the beginning of this year, right? But essentially you do want to try to figure out when you can get your parasite cleanse in or some kind of detox in to get that gut health right and to start feeding your brain some more positive, high vibrational thoughts. So then your imagination can pick up on heavier, powerful, more potent pictures of yourself winning. Instead of you seeing yourself, oh, I'm afraid, oh, I can't do it, oh, I'm sucks, da, da, da. Look, again, we can go back to the solar plexus. This is where it's at, family. Look, I can't make it up. I am authentic. I am ambitious. I love and I accept myself. I am strong. I believe in myself. I stand up for myself. I feel my own power. That one's really strong. I feel my own power. So we want to understand that to the core, that's an important aspect in this thing, the feeling mechanism, and you feeling your power to win. You being out here embracing the world and doing you because you're a winner. Let's keep it rolling, baby. So y'all know fasting. Hey, if you never did a fast, start with a 1-day fast, right? And then see how that does you. Maybe even start with like 8-hour thing, right? D-Ray and I, we're doing the intermittent fasting, so we're doing it for 24 hours all the time. We're gonna do it for 24 hours this week just to feel it, just to feel his power, right? So we're just eating once a day this week, right? Last week we just did the fruit fast. This week we're doing the once a day eating, right? And we might carry on all of these different fasts into our lifestyle and just carry it on. You feel me? Essentially, the intermittent fasting is going to help recharge your cellular structure as well with a 24-hour fast, right? So if you stop eating at 4, you're going to eat again at 4 the next day. You feel me? And just eat one large meal or whatever, right? And then just be content right there in that moment. You feel me? And if you are hungry again after you eat, drink some water. If you're hungry after you drink some water, you feel me? Drink some coconut water. Still hungry? Get you a protein shake. You feel me? But you want to be able to curb your appetite and curb that energy of I just got to eat and snack, because essentially what all it is just an addiction. You believing is real, but they tricked us into believing that we got to eat 3 times a day. That was a mind control tactic to slow the gods down. So the real reason why you went to school was so they can train you to eat 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and then when you get home, whatever your mama cooked. So sometimes they eat that Roman noodles or put them hot dogs on that bitch. You feel me? You damn hot dogs. God damn. All right. Number 2, sunbathing. Sunbathing. Now, these are my logos, and there's a reason why I'm showing my logos from back in the day, because this is just showing you that I've done all of this stuff, right? So my first logo was this Love Live Life logo. And as you can see, I'm in a Y pose. That's me with the dreads in a Y pose facing the sun. And the sun is just my higher chakra self. You feel me? You see, it's still same logo, everything, right? Just put mental alchemy in the middle. So the reason why I did this logo, this Y pose logo, is because one of them body poses or power poses, as they call them, this Y pose is a very important practice that stimulated me into freedom. And the Y pose is just a body pose, a body power pose that you can do in the sun and as you're sun gazing. And you can do it in the sun, just by the sun, just not, you don't have to look at the sun. But let's say you're sun gazing, you can do the Y pose while you're sun gazing and stimulate your more light and more power coming into you, which is actually cleaning out your system. Because them sun rays or them photons coming into your eyes is going to stimulate your pineal gland to see more clearer visions. So listen, family, I did this and I was off the chain. Like I said, damn, I did this for years, right? Getting outside in the sun, just holding a Y pose for 1 minute. You feel me? And this is when I was in a 1-bedroom apartment. Shit. And I used to have to go to the park to get in front of the sun. Or I had a balcony. I did have a balcony where the sun would come in, and I would just step outside, do that Y pose, and come back in. You feel me? Essentially, it's opening up your heart, which is showing you that you're not afraid, right? And it also is giving you so much more modalities in the confidence era, in the strength era, and all of that. So just holding up your arms is a body mirroring thing, right? Body, what they call it, body mirroring thing, essentially, right? And that's going to help so much. A lot of people walk in their true, authentic power. I can't make it up. Y pose, nigga. Y pose in the sun. And you see my Grand Rising Rampage. I even put the goddess with the sun on there. You feel me? Where she's still holding up the Y pose. If you see like Usain Bolt crossing the finish line, he'll hold up the Y pose. If somebody is making ease, they hold up the Y pose, right? Such a big deal that the Caucasian community does it and they don't tell you about it. Chaos in the blood, baby. I can't make it up. They do it a lot too, and they just keep that secret from you because they don't want you to know how powerful it will change your energy. Now, the real game is to do it naked, but you don't want to go to jail. Looking crazy and shit. But if you got the space, if you got a backyard and shit, and you can hit that Y pose naked, you feel me? Then go for it, right? Remember, I think Erykah Badu hit the Y pose when she took off her clothes in that window seat video. And just dropped naked. And she said, I'm gonna express my truth here. Here I am, world. It's gonna do wonders for you. It builds up confidence, it builds up assertiveness, it builds up a level of energy, right? And all you gotta do is do it for you can hold for 45 seconds up to 2 minutes or how long as you want. You feel me? But just hold that pose for 45 seconds a day and then watch how assertive you look at work. You're gonna be telling the boss what to do by accident. You're gonna be like, damn, my bad. I didn't mean to even say that. But shit, fuck it, you did that shit. And they just going to bend to that will based off of your charisma and how you said it. Telling you this is all invisible energies in you and that you can turn on and turn out. So now all of a sudden, because you do this wire pose every day, it starts to activate a lot of different modalities in your body that changes you and transforms you for the better. So that's one. And the last one, breath work. Now this is an important one because breath work outside is important. Now notice everything is outside. Outside, nigga. You gotta get outside. You feel me? Like outside is the key during the summer solstice. And this is when you go to the beach, put your feet in the sand, make sure you obviously put your feet in the grass, right? And put your body in place to win. So this breath work is important. And here goes a breath work ritual that I want y'all to do with your solar plexus. It says solar plexus fire breath, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Inhale slowly through the nose, pumping your belly. So in through your nose, filling up your belly, and exhaling sharply, forcefully, push the breath out from your core. Out through your mouth, you feel me? It says do 30 to 50 rounds or as many as feels right. You do this outside, just deep breath work in through your nose, breathing in that good ass prana, and out through your mouth, right? And this burns away all fears, doubts, and control. And it says, let my soul lead. Oh no, you're supposed to say this. You're supposed to say, burn away all fear, doubt, and control. Let my soul lead, right? So as you say powerful words of affirmation, you can make up whatever affirmation you want, right? As you say powerful words of affirmations, essentially you're in the sun as you're doing your breath work, essentially is going to stimulate an invisible energy response inside of you that's going to turn you into a monster and make you start moving in a particular light that, you know, that makes plays. You feel me? Very, very important to understand. This stokes your inner fire and clears blocked energy. So remember, all of this stuff is still dealing with your gut, your stomach, your abdomen, and there's so many different things you can do to turn on your solar plexus. You can do crunches, right? You can do oblique stuff with your solar plexus, right? The ritual that I was telling you, you could sit outside, just hold your stomach, put both of your hands on your stomach, right? And say words of affirmation while you're sitting outside to your stomach on your belly button, right? Because remember, your hands are psi energy as well. So there's energy coming from your hands, the psi energy that's actually transforming your womb wherever you place your hands. You feel me? So now all of a sudden you place your hand on your womb and say words of affirmation with feeling, with power, with feeling, and sit outside, bask in the sun, right? You know, if you can have your shirt off, that's even better. And some shorts on or whatever, right? And get that sun activated, you'll start to stimulate better gut health. So that's it. So that's an important practice as well to do. You feel me? That, right? Crunches, like I said, drink stuff for your gut health. What's that? The probiotics and all of that stuff, and all of that good stuff that you need for your stomach. You feel me? And do that squat thing that that resting squat. You feel me? I'm up to 2 minutes now. I just did it again today, and I felt great. Today I was actually moving my hips. I was like, oh shit, okay, I got my hips moving too. God damn, it's going down. I said, damn, I'm in this rested squat pose, and I got my hips moving back and forth. Okay, Dream, you acting bad now. Let's start to do a little. Nah, let me start. Hey, let me start. Y'all cut that up and shit. Be like, this nigga Dream try to twerk on camera and shit. Look crazy. Chaos in the blood, baby. So these three things, family, I can't make it up. Sunbathing, which is just you being outside, right? Doing particular, the wide pose especially, right? Obviously, sun gazing is part of sunbathing. So if y'all don't know about sun gazing, y'all know I've said it millions and millions of times, and we do have to repeat a lot of this stuff. So that's fine, right? But sun gazing is essentially you being outside and you blinking at the sun naturally and looking at the sun, right? I just was out there just now, 6:40 outside, looking at the sun, blinking at the sun for a minute and a half, right? Now, obviously, if you're new to sun gazing, you want to start with 10 seconds and just work your way up. So every day you just add 10 seconds, you feel me? But if you're not new to sun gazing, then get out there, stare at the sun, and look. All of this stuff this how crazy this shit is. All of this stuff takes 1 minute. It takes 5 minutes. Some of this stuff just don't even take a minute. Like sun gazing can take 30 seconds, and you can feel your body up. Well, the fasting is going to take some time, baby. Hey, that's the only thing that's going to take that time. But that fasting is, something that you just want to incorporate in your life. You feel me? I did a 30-day fast, 40-day fast, 10-day fast, and so on and so forth. And I got so much messages, so much clarity from them fasts. I started understanding myself a little bit more. I started understanding why I was on drugs so heavy, and so on and so forth. One of the reasons why I was on drugs so heavy was that damn zero, which is a spiritual name in itself. Zero, chaos. So I got fooled by the guy Zero. We got the artist down here in Houston called Zero, right? And hold on, let me pull up this nigga's albums. Because I was such a big Zero head, you feel me, that I didn't know nothing else but this nigga. Well, I knew all my H-Town niggas, but Zero was just, during that time, it was just Zero, you feel me? And look at this shit. This nigga, all of his albums, when I went back, when I was on my fast one of them times, I went back, I said, nigga, all these niggas' albums is all drug names. I said, no wonder I was addicted to these damn drugs. Look at this. Zero, cocaine. You feel me? That hoe was a classic, nigga. What? Nigga, crack. Here we go. Here go crack. Nigga had the album called Crack. Nigga had an album called Heron. Oh, here go meth. Yeah, baby. What you talking about, nigga? So I was fucked up. Wait, I know he got one more that's called Heron or something. Is it called Heron? Heron. I thought it was Heron. Heron. How you spell Heron? Oh yeah, Heron, baby. What you talking about? What? Chopped and screwed. Yeah. This shit used to be my shit, boy. I can't make it up. You feel me? I'm just telling y'all what it is. So then look at even just the symbol. Now Zero is just doing, it was, he the life of Joseph McVeigh, you feel me? He just doing what what he was born to do. I don't take nothing away from the God, right? But I know that Zero, even that name Zero, was how would you say, it was a chaos essentially, or it was my false chaos. So now that I'm in the real 0 point, right, which is this new chaos, which is the true chaos, which is being able to take chaos and put it into order. So even Sly Stone dying at 82, that's the 10, right? The 10 is the zeros and ones. That's the chaos. That's the year we're moving into in this 2026 time. So that 10 year is going to be heavy for niggas to stand on what they built in this 2025 year, which is the 9, which is the end, which is you becoming a new in 2026 and beyond. So now you're going to carry out a whole mission for a decade from 2026 to beyond, right? To the next 10 years. And essentially, however you staple your energy, right, is how you're going to move through this decade. So you want to finally complete your service right now, in the aspect of doing your solar plexus chakra work, right? And then moving into a more confident, assertive, charismatic, willing participant to be free during this summer solstice time. And nigga, I can't come to your house and do the work for you. You're gonna have to do it yourself. You feel me? And in doing it yourself, it just takes a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of motion on self, a little bit of willpower. It's going to take some willpower, because remember, the bacteria in your body might be telling you to not move, keeping you a shell of yourself and keeping you afraid to win. But we the winners, baby. We're the sun people, and we're supposed to bask in this sun and bask in the glory of our godhood. Don't dim your light, shine your light, and make sure you shining bright. You feel me? Yeah, family. So those are the three, right? And I want the family to understand that this solar plexus right here, the gut health, is a part, in the metaphysical community, especially like dealing with Bobby and panic and stuff, right? We kind of run away from our stomach, the stomach problems, right? But we want to be able to embrace all modalities and embrace the journey as, hey, it is what it is. You have to put in the good stuff in order to think right. So your stomach needs some love, right? And as you can see, this black goddess right here, she's doing the love sign, or that's also the solar plexus, which is a masculine and feminine energy. You feel me? Because the sun is a masculine, right? Sun, that's you moving, doing your thing. Solar plexus is a masculine energy, but it's also a feminine energy because it's going to give you that gut feeling, right? That's the intuitive powers. It's going to give you that knowing, that sense of belonging. You feel me? Which is magic. Give me some questions. What y'all got, baby? What y'all got? Oh, y'all couldn't see my screen? Damn, that sucks. I couldn't see my screen. Let me see if I can share it again. Hold on. Let me see if it shared that one time. That's all I showed y'all. All them Zero albums, and y'all couldn't even see it. Damn, that sucks. See, look, boom, hair on. Ha. You feel me? Nigga got that cocaine album, meth. You feel me? That's crazy. Asshole by nature. I hate you, bitch. I hate you, bitch. Zero is that nigga had the whole Houston fucked up, nigga. This nigga had albums that was causing us pain body. What? That crack album was crazy. Crack album had a nigga stuck. Yes, sir. Let me see if y'all got any questions. Let's see if y'all got any questions. Big Mama back on the lands. Say, Land Rester says, go play and have fun. Yep, absolutely. Shine bright, have fun, let your hair down, and just understand that one of the aspects of this summer solstice is dealing with your stomach. So don't just be putting all kind of food. And then, the sun fuels you anyway. So a lot of it be like you just ego eating. Because now you can literally just feel full up by just standing outside in the sun. But because we want to ego eat or suppress them traumas from coming up, we don't never embrace the sun like we're supposed to. And essentially what will happen is we just keep on getting bigger and bigger, and now our gut health is getting transformed with these bacterias or these little demons that doesn't serve us. So we want to look at it and say, okay, you know what? This summer, let me drink my watermelon juice. Let me eat my watermelons. Let me eat my pineapples right outside. And let me get outside and just bask in the sun and be out here. Now, a lot of it is, that 9 to 5 is a hindering thing because essentially it does keep you inside, right? So that'd be a problem a lot of times. Like, people can't really get outside, but whenever you can get outside, that's when you need to try to get outside. You feel me? Take your shirt off and get outside, because again, that is by design to keep you away from the sun. They used to have hospitals where they had the whole roof open and the sun and they had the hospital beds in the yard just so the sun can heal you. But now they're not trying to heal you. They're just trying to give you minor cures to relieve the problem for a little bit. But they want you to come back because they want to keep on getting that dollar out of your ass. Well, speaking in light language while sunbathing and gazing enhance the effects. Absolutely. Whatever works, young Gilst. Whatever works, because essentially, when like the Galatia is like speaking in tongues or whatever, that gibberish talk or speaking without. So what I used to do was I used to print out because you're trying to get the words or your intention through past the ego mind, the conscious mind, and get it right into the subconscious mind. So I used to do a lot of different rituals in French or even in Spanish, right? Because I didn't know what it was saying, but like French or Portuguese or whatever the language I printed out, right? I would just go translate the whole thing, translate all of it, and then read it out loud in the sun or during the moon. You feel me? And in doing that, and with power, with conviction, right? With doing that, my ego, my conscious mind, my human doesn't know what is being said, but guess what does? My subconscious. And that's what I wanted to sit in and resonate with my being. You feel me? So I used to make up words, not even make up words, just go for mine. Right? With the jibber jabber. And that will take you up out of here, because essentially it's going to transform you from past the ego monkey mind shit and just go right into the subconscious. And another aspect of the sun is that you can get dazed in that bitch. You feel me? So you can start really feeling translucid as shit if you sit out there long enough. And it'll take you to a whole nother level. So, be mindful of, if you're getting whatever hot or whatever, and this ain't no medical advice. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Like, being outside in nature, receiving them negative ions is doing something to your system that's going to be great. All these positive ions with these TVs and these cameras and these cell phones is causing your inside to deteriorate. And then you see the life expectancy go shorter and shorter. Soon enough, life expectancy you're gonna be 65, especially with these robots coming online. And robots coming online, being able to do everything for you, your ass is gonna sit on your ass and be like, shit, I ain't gotta do nothing. Shit, let my robot do it. Is making a world full of zombies. You feel me? What else we got? A frequency of chaos. Absolutely. That was that zero time. You see Wimby going to China for 10 days with I just seen that, Titus. Yeah, that's fly. That's some fly shit and shit. You know what I'm saying? With the monks and the new episode of BMF. I seen that BMF episode, but I didn't think nothing of it. But Wimby going to China, you know what I'm saying? That's him being tapped into his internal world and understanding that the internal world is a language in itself as well. So it is what it is. Damn, Sylvester Stallone just died too. Did he just die today? Oh yeah, he trying to ride out. He trying to get Sly Stone and ride out into the sunset. If you want me to stay, I'll come around the way. But I gotta just be me. You know, I don't know the words like that, nigga. Right, this lays the foundation of freedom. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm excited for Done 3, Fly. So yeah, I've been watching this show called SEE with Jason Momoa. We just started it. We're on like episode 4. Fire, nigga. See. I'm like, damn. At first, I wasn't gonna watch it because I was like, damn. This shit been out. It's like 3 episodes in, 3 seasons long. But them boys, I said, I got through episode 1. And I had to get through episode 1 because I wouldn't have watched it if from the beginning of episode 1 I got to it. But once I got to episode 2, I was like, all right, I can watch this. So then we've been watching that show C. It's a show on something Apple or something C. Then you should check out the new horror movie Bring Her Back. Okay, bet I'm gonna check that out. Ha, yeah, they took your name for real, huh? Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. Love and appreciate y'all. And until next time, Patreon family, we got the book club. Patreon family. That is, we are going to Mind Control 101. But I think we got one more in the earth, air, fire, water. Yeah, we do got one more. I think we got earth, huh? Oh, wait, what do we got? Oh, we got fire. Fire. Why do I feel like we read fire? Did we do fire? No, we got water. Water is our last one. And then we're going right to Mind Control 101 to dive deep into the fold of the illusionary tricks that the powers that be and others try to put on you based off of you not being in the know. So look out for that, Patreon family. I love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.